coming. Well, listen, Kelly, he has a key, so don't let anyone in the door.
Okay. Why didn't we bring Owen, Courtney?
This is the way Pearl asked me to do it. Well, I'm gonna go get Owen now.
Courtney, are you angry with me? I mean, I know we're cousins, and there's just a real distance between us.
No, I'm not angry.
No. Well, I think you are.
No, Kelly, it's just that your feelings are more important to Pearl than mine are right now.
Well, Courtney, that's not true. I know it seems that way because of everything that's happened,
Yeah.
but...
Well, maybe you're right.
Residence. Hello? Hello?
Oh, sweetheart, it's so good. We're so worried about you.
I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you I was okay and call you, but I was afraid I'd make things worse. Pearl, thank you.
Saber exactamente qué pinta él en todo esto.
Si quieres saber de quién fue la idea de escapar del hospital, fue idea mía. Pero si quieres saber quién me ayudó a tomar las decisiones, habla con Perla.
Pero... escúchala. Vuelve a estar con nosotros. Nuestra hija ha vuelto a casa. No importa lo que hiciste o cómo lo hiciste, pero gracias.
Nena, todo eso se acabó.
No ha acabado todo, papá. Ya estoy mejor. Perla y los otros pacientes me ayudaron mucho. El doctor Rawlins no consiguió mejorarme. Ni siquiera sé por qué tengo que ir a juicio.
Los médicos te ayudarán, hija.
No pienso volver al hospital, papá.
Cariño, no tienes por qué volver al hospital. Ya buscaremos otro para que...
No, mamá. No creo que les guste después de haberme escapado del último, ¿verdad? Yo sé cómo funcionan. Se inventarán otros motivos y diagnósticos nuevos que nunca he tenido. A menos que pueda demostrar que me escapé del hospital porque mi vida y la de Perla corrían peligro. Papá, tengo que marcharme. Tenemos que despedirnos y... olvida que me has visto.
Extension 10, please. Hello? It's Owen. But first, I want to know if you're going to keep your promise and let me go. Dr. Rawlins.
Sorry, Inspector. I've got a warrant from the district attorney's office. It's for the arrest of your wife.
Stu, could you give us a couple minutes, please?
Sure.
Thanks.
I'll wait in the car.
Yeah.
Do you really think I hit her on purpose?
I thought Paul was going to keep the lid on this today.
You do.
Since you haven't told me one thing that made any sense, I don't know what to think, Santana. Except that it was a hell of a coincidence the two of you were out there on the road at the same time.
Do you really think I hit her on purpose?
Stop asking me what I think and tell me what happened.
Why should I tell you? You wouldn't believe me.
Now that is the defense of a liar. I read the accident report. The evidence says you stopped the car and you got out. All right, I don't know if you saw it. Maybe you didn't. You tell me. I don't know. I can't help you if you're not going to tell me the truth.
I don't want you to protect me. I want you to trust me, but you can't, can you? You're already thinking the worst. I could see it in your eyes.
For God's sake, why does this have to be so hard for us?
Why does it have to be so hard for... Officer, I'm ready. I'm sorry that I kept you waiting. I'll just go get my things.
You can't be serious about this. You can't just run away.
I'm not running from getting well, Daddy, which is what you seem to think. I want to get well more than anything.
That's why I want you to go back to the hospital. Not Rawlings Hospital, just a hospital where there are qualified people to help you.
Señor Cadwell, ella ya no la
Erland,
necesita.
no te metas en esto. Kelly, te lo prometo, te doy mi palabra. Conseguiré una orden judicial para que te trasladen a otra clínica, pero debes quedarte aquí, no debes huir.
Papá, una orden necesita tiempo y mientras tanto tendría que quedarme en el hospital de Rawlings. No puedo volver, debes saber que es peligroso.
Mr. C, you have only seen what he wants you to see. I know what goes on up there. I'm just trying to help your daughter.
Cece, I think you should listen to them because I think that they're right. You look good and you sound good, honey.
I feel good, Mom. And Daddy, I know what I'm talking about.
Kelly, as long as you're a fugitive, I won't be able to get anybody in authority to listen to me, to help me.
I don't care.
You have to go back.
You can't force me to go back, Daddy. I'm going with Pearl.
Will you stop screaming? Don't stop. Ah!
¿Qué hacías ahí? ¿Qué buscabas?
Me has dado un susto de muerte.
Debería arrestarte por infringir la ley. ¿Qué buscabas?
Oh, good, you're there.
What do you want?
I want a report, a police report on Santana and the hit and run, but I'm not going to make a decision about anything until I talk to Cruz.
I understand perfectly.
They got Santana for hitting Eden?
I'll bring you everything we have.
You will? Thank you. Hello, Gina. How are you?
I can't believe it. Santana's been arrested. Well, that's wild. And you're defending her?
I don't know yet.
Well, I don't see why you'd want to. I mean, you just won the David Laurent case. Why take on a loser?
That remark is just about all I need to take on the case. I'm going to go now, so if you want to leave the report on my desk in the morning, and I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
What were you doing in here? You still haven't told me that.
I'm just wondering why the district attorney is so interested in Santana's defense. After all, your office must have signed the papers that arrested her, right?
You're a vulture, you know that?
Oh, come on, Keith. You don't give a damn about her either.
Well, Santana and I go back a long way.
Oh, I know. I've heard all that. Childhood pals. I don't believe that sentimental claptrap. I think you know a whole lot more about this than you're saying. And I think I know what it is.
You do, huh?
Yes. My guess is you know more than you're saying about the hit and run. What are you saying? What's the official story?
I'm not saying anything to you.
Well, you don't have to, because I know more than anybody about your little affair with Mrs. Castillo. Whatever you do, Keith, don't forget how much I know.
You're not trying to intimidate a public official, I hope.
As a matter of fact, I am. I think I'm doing a very good job of it, too.
Santana. For the last time, you have to tell me what happened.
I think we've said all there is to say.
If you didn't hit her on purpose, if you didn't even know you hit her, then why are you so reluctant to talk about it?
I am tired of trying to convince you. Maybe if I'm vindicated in public, in court, maybe you believe me then.
I want to believe you now. Stu, would you give us one more minute, please? Will you just wait outside?
No, there is no reason for
You wait a second!
I'm ready now.
I'm not gonna let you go like this.
You cannot protect me now, even if you wanted to.
It's not a matter of protecting you. I want to help you. Don't you understand?
Well, maybe
that?
I am past help. Maybe we both are past help.
For God's sake, I don't believe you.
No. You don't. Come on.
You have the right to remain silent. You give up the right to remain silent. Anything you can say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to sue an attorney.
Il faut revoir pour vous faire savoir que j'allais bien. Je croyais pouvoir avoir confiance en vous, mais je n'aurais jamais dû venir.
Une minute, chérie. Ton père veut seulement ce qu'il y a de mieux pour toi.
Mais bien sûr.
Vous ne savez pas ce qui est mieux pour moi, surtout si vous croyez que je dois retourner.
She's right, Kelly. Do you have any idea what you're asking us to do? I mean, do you know why you went to the hospital in the first place?
I know that I did something terrible, and it's something that I've been afraid to remember, but I'm ready to face it now.
That's all we want, you to face it and to deal with it.
Well, I can't do that if I go back to Rawlings. Daddy, you only know the charming side of this man. He hasn't helped me one bit.
She's telling you the way it is. This guy is no healer. He hurts people. Now, Kelly and I are going to prove that.
Pearl, obviously you're on some kind of private crusade, but I do not want you to jeopardize my daughter.
Daddy, he's not doing anything like that. Pearl was the only one I could talk to in the hospital. Trust me.
Kelly, after what you've told us, we can now have you transferred. If there are improprieties in that hospital, we can do an investigation. We can have Rawlings disciplined. We can have him fired, baby, but we can do something now. It won't take as long as you think it will.
No. Mommy, if I have to go back to that hospital, even for a day, listen to me, please. Rawlings is after Pearl now. He tried to put him in shock treatment to punish him. Will you? I'm not insane. Can't you see that?
Baby, I would never use that word.
We can see that, Kelly.
All right, then. Are you going to hold me here physically? You're going to force me to stay? You can, I suppose, but I'm not going to forgive you. Either one of you. I'm going, then. Owen? Don't be afraid. It's just me, Courtney. I'm getting everything ready.
Oh.
Vaya, vaya. Pero si es la novia del señor Kumlik, Frida.
Santana? Stu, that's okay. I'll take care of it from here.
Cruz is downstairs. He had something that he had to handle. He'll be up here in a minute. So we only have a few minutes alone.
Sit down. Sit down. I have to talk to you before they start booking you.
I know that you're the one who arranged for the warrant of my arrest.
No, I had to. I had no alternative. Don't start being angry with me about that.
I'm not angry with you for just that. You're the one who saw Eden out there on the road. You saw her and you left her lying there. Now you're the one who's going to have to pay for this, not me.
How much have you told anybody about this? How much?
I haven't said anything, but I'm going to.
No, you're not. Listen. Calm down. And let me explain this to you. Okay? First of all, I'm going to handle this case.
You're going to handle this case. You're the district attorney.
Yes, it's because I'm the district attorney that I can be helpful. If you implicate me, if you place me in the car at that time, I will no longer be district attorney. And if I'm not going to get either one of us off.
Get me off. What did I do? All I did was I listened to you. That's all I am guilty of. Now, you were the one who got out of the car and looked. You said something about a pothole, and then you just told me to drive on. I had no idea it was Eden.
I didn't have any idea Eden was there either. You think if I'd known anybody was there, I would have left the scene?
God, it was such a mess.
Listen, you're going to have to trust me. I have a plan.
No, I don't understand anything you're saying, or why you turned against me. You betrayed me. You, of all people!
Sit down and be quiet, all right? Listen to me very carefully. Because your life depends on it. Hey. And your future with Brandon.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right. I want you to know how dangerous this is.
You're trying to frighten me.
No, I'm just trying to help you concentrate.
No, Cruz wanted to help me too, but I couldn't explain to him. Now he's going to be there when I make my statement. Then he is going to know the whole story.
The only story that Cruz is going to know is the story we're going to tell him. All right? Everybody wants to help you. Cruz wants to help you, but he can't. I can, and I'm the only one. You got to remember that.
I don't know who to trust anymore. First you say one thing, and then you say something else. I'm too upset.
No, I can see that. Anybody can see that. Look, do you have any of those pills? They seem to calm you down.
Yes, you're right, they do.
You have them here?
Yeah, they're right in my purse.
Here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you some water.
I don't want to lose Brandon.
You won't have to. Come here. Take it. Okay, good. That's going to help you concentrate. And for us to figure a way out of this mess.
Entrez into my chateau, mademoiselle. Oh, Kelly.
Antes de nada, tengo que decirte una cosa.
¿Qué?
Estoy muy orgulloso de ti. Te has enfrentado a tu padre con valentía.
Sí, pero no creo que le haya convencido. Me he convencido a mí misma, con eso me basta. ¿Sabes una cosa, Perla? Puede que te rías, pero ya estoy mejor.
¿Quién se va a reír? Te creo.
Yo también quiero ayudarte a ti. También quiero averiguar lo que le sucedió a tu hermano. Owen se estará preguntando dónde estaremos.
Muy bien, vamos con Owen.
¡Perla!
Mira, mira. ¿Quién está aquí? Te esperábamos.
You feel better?
I was just so scared when the police officer came to my house to arrest me.
I understand. Listen, first, you're not going to jail. But you have to believe two things. One, I am the only person that can get you out of this. And two, I didn't see Eden after you stopped the car, and she didn't see me, right?
I guess so.
No, if she'd seen me, she would have said so, and all she said was she saw a car vaguely. You're in a lot of trouble with Cruz and the police, but I can handle it. I can handle everything.
How? I feel so helpless.
You're not. I want you to look at something.
What is this?
Look at it.
This is a confession saying that I did it.
Right. I want you to read it. I want you to memorize the details and sign it. It's the only way to keep you from going to jail.
No, never in a million years. How big of a fool do you think I am?
I think you're a very small fool because you haven't understood anything I've said. This is the only thing that can keep you from going to jail.
Oh, please, if I sign that will put me away for the rest of my life.
No, you won't spend one day in prison. If you believe this. If you shoot your mouth off and feed us both to the wolves, we're going to be up to here with indictments, and you'll lose Brandon.
No, I don't want to lose Brandon.
And you'll lose your freedom. Listen, you think anybody's going to believe that you accidentally happened to mow down your biggest rival on the highway? A jury wouldn't even have to leave the box. They come back in 2 seconds with a verdict of guilty. Right now, you need a friend in the courtroom. You got it with me. You don't cooperate, you don't have anyone.
Are you absolutely sure that this will keep me out of jail?
God, if I weren't, would I be suggesting this?
I don't see how signing a confession is going to help anything.
Don't understand legal mechanics. Listen to me. With this, I can negotiate. I can waive a trial by jury. And I can get the judge to reduce the charge to a misdemeanor. As a district attorney, I can do that. He has to do what I suggest.
Keith, if I could just be sure. I don't want to risk losing Brandon. If I went to jail, it would just be horrible. Can you see his mother in prison?
You're not going to jail for one day, for one night. Please, sign this and I'll take care of it. After all we've been to each other, you think I'd risk hurting you?
I feel so alone.
Come here. You're not. My feelings haven't changed.
Do you still feel the same way about me?
Always have, always will.
Cruz doesn't. Whatever he felt for me is gone now.
I haven't changed.
You never said you loved me.
Yes, I did. You just didn't listen. I thought we understood each other.
Yes.
Good girl. Inside.
Come in, Kelly. Earl.
Me alegro de verte.
¿Qué está haciendo aquí? ¿Cómo ha conseguido entrar?
Algo simple, nada espectacular. Uno de mis muchos logros.
Courtney, ¿estás bien?
Sí. Cuando vine estaba esperando aquí.
Usted, ya puede soltar a Owen.
Sí, suéltale.
You know, I never realized it before, but there's a very strong resemblance between you and your brother Brian. I wonder why I didn't notice it before.
I am gonna find out what you did to him, and you, my friend, are gonna pay for it. He didn't kill himself, no matter what you say.
It's all right. Mr. Kupnick doesn't want to get physical. He's just a little upset. But he knows better than to be uncooperative.
What do you want?
Many things. I hope you don't mind, but while we've been waiting, we've been rummaging through your mementos from your many past lives. I don't find many pictures of your brother Brian, though. Why not?
I don't even want to hear you mention his name. You, my friend, are responsible for his death in one way or another. I'm gonna find you accountable.
If anybody's going to be punished, it's going to be you and your rule-breaking friends. Of course I'm taking you all back to the hospital.
We're not going, Dr. Rollins.
I'm afraid you don't have a choice. All right? Let's begin with the girl with the long blonde hair.
Don't touch her!
¡Corre!
Julia, I was told Santana was brought up here.
Yeah, well, she's in with Keith. I tried to get in, but they told me to wait. I don't know if you know this, but I've been asked to serve as her lawyer.
No, I didn't, but I'm glad.
I want to talk to her before I agree to anything, and I'm not very happy about the fact that the district attorney is getting to her before I can.
You haven't had a chance to talk to her at all?
I was working on another case, and she's been in there for a long time.
Well, what is going on in there?
Oh, there you are.
I want to talk to Santana.
Oh, well, yeah, all in good time. She just made a statement.
What?
Well, no, it's all legal. I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize your case.
I will challenge every statement that she made without benefit of the counsel.
Is she still in there?
Oh, yeah. But she doesn't need a good husband right now. She needs a speedy trial and a good lawyer. I trust you'll be a good lawyer, won't you, Julia?
Why are you in such a hurry, Keith?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, I want to avoid the emotional stress on her, and two, I want a short trial.
And what makes you so sure that there's going to be a short trial?
Well, she signed a confession.
She what?
She signed the confession. Here, it's yourself.
I don't know what you're trying to pull here, man, but whatever it is, it's not gonna wash.
No. I think it will. It's been fully witnessed and attested to, and I think it'll hold up in court just fine.
It's no use. All three got away. Kupnick and both dames.
Oh, wonderful. Owen, this fiasco is entirely your fault. I hold you strictly responsible.
Me? Why? I did just what you told me to, Dr. Rollins.
I'd go easy on the back talk if I were you, Owen. Now tell me everything you know about their plans, and please tell me very quickly.
No. I've turned my friends in once already. That ought to be enough.
Well, it isn't, Owen. You're going to have to do it again.
Why can't I go home now like you promised me?
Freedom is a precious thing. It can't be bought cheaply. Besides, I reward only positive results, and so far you haven't given me any.
All right. All I know is they're going to take a sailboat and go south. They're looking for somebody named McIntosh in Mexico. Why are you laughing? I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, Owen. All right, run along, Owen. Run along.
Does that mean I'm free?
No, it means you're free to run along and catch up with your friends. You must know where they're going for their boat. You do know, don't you?
Yes, I know. The Capwell Boathouse.
Fine. Then rejoin them and go off with them on their odyssey. But, Owen, stay in touch with me every step of the way. And if and when they find their Macintosh, I'll join you and we'll have a grand reunion. That I promise.
I don't want to do anything to hurt them.
No, but you will.
Well, I talked to Santana, and it turns out that everything she told me fits the confession. Keith had a court reporter there, so everything she said went down on record.
Well, he's not leaving any loose ends, is he?
What upsets me the most is that Santana talked to him without having an attorney present. Now, what's going on here? Why did she do that? And why does Keith suspect her in the first place?
Well, most likely it was a combination of things.
Like what? Cruz, come on. We've been friends for a long time. You know, anything you say to me is confidential.
I know that, Julia. I trust you. It's just that some of this is hard to express to anybody.
Well, I know that, but try.
Well, I suppose it begins with Gina. She became convinced somehow that Keith and Santana were having an affair.
Is it true?
I don't know.
Sé que andaba detrás de ella desde que estaban en la escuela secundaria y no ha dejado de hacerlo, pero ella me ha jurado que se ha estado resistiendo. Y un día, Gina le propuso a Eden ir al lugar donde los dos se veían. Eden lo creyó y fue.
¿Crees que Eden fue por eso? ¿Intentaba averiguarlo?
Exclusivamente por eso.
Problem is, I don't know now who was actually being set up.
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Has it ever occurred to you that maybe the accident wasn't an accident?
Oh, come on now, Julia. Santana wouldn't do something like that deliberately.
I'm sorry, but this is something that needs to be examined. I mean, everyone knows that Santana and Eden were not the best of friends. People are bound to talk. And people are going to wonder whether this hit-and-run accident didn't amount to attempted murder.
Well, people can wonder all they want, but if anybody says it out loud, they're going to have to answer to me.
What's the matter, Pearl? Won't it work?
He's a little low on gas.
Espera, creo que sé dónde hay una lata de gasolina. Me siento mal abandonando a Owen.
No, va a estar bien.
¿Por qué estás tan seguro?
Porque no tiene nada que temer de Owen. Courtney, ¿la encuentras?
¡Ya la tengo!
¡Déjalo, Courtney! ¡Owen, ven aquí!
¡Corre, Owen!
What do you want?
Is Cece here?
He's busy.
Well, he's only on the phone.
He is busy on the phone, Gina.
Muy bien. ¿Y cuánto
Oiga.
tiempo va a estar ocupado?
Oiga.
Tengo buenas noticias para él. Yo
Oiga.
no le molestaría si no fuese importante.
¿Importante
Oiga.
para quién? Espera aquí.
Oiga, hable. ¿Quién es? ¿Mason? Estoy hablando con Mason. Increíble, ¿verdad? Aún no lo sé. Sí, estoy aquí. ¿Por qué hay tanto ruido? Parece un coro. Es Mason. Mason.
Gina está fuera esperando.
Pues sí, es un placer hablar contigo. Hemos estado muy preocupados. La próxima vez, llámame cuando estés sobrio, así podremos hablar. Sobrio, sobrio. Mason, estás en una iglesia. Oiga. Maldita sea, me llama y vuelve a colgar.
¿Has averiguado dónde está?
No, parece que está en una iglesia. ¿Qué puede hacer en una iglesia?
No lo
Debe
sé.
haber bebido bastante. ¿Quién es? ¿Qué quiere?
Es Gina. Ha vuelto y dice que es muy importante.
Siempre dice que se trata de algo importante. ¿Qué sucede ahora, Gina?
CC, siento mucho molestarte, pero me he enterado de algo que estoy segura de que te interesa.
Si es más de tu interés insincero por Kelly, puedes ahorrarte tu tiempo y el mío. Date la vuelta y lárgate.
Mi interés por Kelly es sincero y profundo.
Me emociona.
Gee, why don't you send a sympathetic note? Because I've had just about all the talk I can take from you for one day.
This isn't about Kelly. About your other daughter.
What about her?
I found out who...
Cierto quién la atropelló. Y no fue ningún accidente. ¡Suéltame! ¡Quítame las manos de encima!
Welcome back. Our friend Kupnik, your friend Pearl, has some very rare first editions. I can't help being almost envious.
Never mind the first editions. I want an explanation.
For me?
Yes. Do you realize I could press charges of assault against you? Do you know who I am?
If I'm not mistaken, you're the young lady who just aided and abetted the escape of 2 criminals. I could report you to the police. I guess this is what you call a standoff.
Dr. Rawlings, Pearl is a wonderful person. Why are you doing this to him? All he wants is to know what happened to his brother.
Now, you know, that is very interesting.
What is?
your concern. I can see that it's very genuine. And I can't help wondering if perhaps he doesn't have the wrong girl along with him on his nautical journey. Perhaps you share that opinion with me?
Well, we managed to get Owen back and leave Courtney. There's no telling what Dr. Rollins is going to do to...
No, he wouldn't dare hurt her. He knows who she is. He's not going to take that kind of a chance. Hey, well, speak of the devil's assistant, look who's here.
I guess everything's shipshape. I did what you told me.
Hey.
Buen chico, buen chico.
Owen, me alegro mucho de que hayas escapado. ¿Cómo lo conseguiste?
Créeme, no fue fácil. Pero lo conseguiste y estamos orgullosos de ti, viejo amigo.
Sí que lo estamos.
No fue nada. No hice nada especial.
I just did what I had to.
Yeah, that's all courage is ever made of, doing what you have to.
I don't have any real courage. I ought to know.
I'm not gonna argue with you, but you're okay in my book. Okay, let's all go up on top and point this baby towards Mexico. Right.
You telling us the truth about all this?
Santana's been arrested about an hour ago. How could Santana not come forward and admit what she's done? Oh, come on. That's not hard to figure.
Santana está mintiendo. Es una mujer falsa y egoísta. No puede admitir algo que la pueda perjudicar.
Eres un caso, Gina. Nunca te agradó Santana en tu vida.
Eso no importa ahora. Cualquier persona en su sano juicio sabe que ella intentaría asesinar a su peor enemigo. ¿Qué otras razones quieres? Vamos, Cefe. ¿Qué vas a hacer?
Suponiendo que sea verdad, no voy a hacer nada.
I'm going to let the police and the courts do what they think is right about it.
I'm not talking about Santana. She'll get what's coming to her. I'm talking about Brandon. What about Brandon? I don't think any of us are going to be able to get a night's sleep as long as he's living in the same house as that mad woman Santana. You have her tried and convicted already, don't you? I should have expected you to stand up for her. Cece, I'm begging you. Please remove Brandon from the home of that crazy woman and give him back to me. You must be able to admit now that you have made a big mistake. It's your moral obligation to return Brandon to me. Will you? Please, Cece, will you do that?
Oh, Gina, shut up. Please, shut up.
What? What in the name of heaven were you thinking when you did this? You gave them a statement? This is a confession. You didn't have an attorney present? Are you out of your mind?
I told them the truth. It wouldn't matter how many attorneys were present because it wouldn't change what happened.
You had rights. You've as much as waived them by doing this. You put yourself totally at the mercy of Keith Timmons. Whatever he wants to do to you now, he can.
I don't care.
You don't care that you may have just thrown your freedom away? My Lord. What do you care about?
You. And what do you think? It's important to me that you believe me. Do you believe me? Do you?
Oh, it's already past 9.
It's been a long day. I don't like handling one case and prepping for another at the same time.
Well, maybe we could pack it in. We both have a long day in court tomorrow, you know.
I have to tell you something. This whole thing seems very strange to me.
What whole thing?
The way you're handling the case with Santana, and to tell you the truth, I'm not used to working so intimately with the prosecution.
Well, it sounds exciting to me. Intimate experiences, you know, are exciting.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you were flirting with me.
And what if I were?
Knock it off.
An Iron Maiden, are you?
Shall we get back to business?
Okay, gee, I'll try, but I think I might find it distracting.
Why don't you tell me what is really going on in this case?
Oh, gee, you know what it's about? It's about a hit-and-run accident with a dark-haired lady
Why are
that
you
was
so
driving
anxious
it.
to see that Santana gets off as lightly as possible?
Friendship. You see, she and I go back a long time, you know, to antiquity. High school.
So that's your common ground, the sands of time.
Isn't that enough?
Let's be honest. You also went to the same high school as Cruz, and we all know you are not nearly as protective of him. I mean, that's common knowledge.
Maybe if you had a good course in biology, you'd understand why.
Uh-huh. So there is a little bit of biology that enters into this.
Well, oh, come on. There's a little biology in every male-female relationship. But, you know, basically, Santana and I are just friends. What is the point of all this?
Oh, no point, no point. I'm just speculating on your motives.
My motives are friendship and concern, tempered by the responsibilities of my high office. Satisfied?
Oh, yes, I'm satisfied. But you talk a lot of garbage.
Oh, come on. I'm tired of talking about Mrs. Castillo. I've had enough of her for one day. Why don't we go out and have a drink? Huh? Come on. I'll tell you about my high school experiences. They're interesting. I'll tell you about all the interesting people I've met.
Oh, I'm sure you know tons and tons of interesting people. But I don't date the opposition.
Well, I'm sorry. That's what you think I am.
I'm not.
You're working very hard at being a tough lady.
No, I'm just trying to cut this relationship off before we get to the path.
It's going to be a cold and lonely life, Miss Wainwright, if you're not careful.
Oh, I'll be careful. I decided that I'm going for the safe, comfortable type.
Oh, you mean like a lover who can bring you slippers and a pipe?
And who can curl up at my feet.
I think you're selling yourself short.
I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Keith.
It might be the last one you ever hear, Julia.
All right. I want to know what's going on around here.
What are you doing here? Don't you ever knock before you walk in a door?
I just found out about the measly, piddly little nothing charges that you brought against Santana. I can't believe it. At least she should be prosecuted for attempted murder.
Take it easy, Gina. I'm defending her.
Oh, how nice. And I see the two of you are here comparing notes. Well, when the fox and the chicken get together, we all know there's trouble in the barnyard, don't we?
Take your homilies and your suspicions and get out.
Everyone is entitled to a fair trial.
Yes, but there isn't going to be a fair trial. Am I the only person in the room that realizes that? I don't know how you got involved in this case, Julia, but I'm telling you, you should be ashamed to take it on.
All right. That's enough.
Oh, no, it's not. It's too much. And you call yourself a district attorney? Well, I promise you, if you don't clean up your act, if you don't start acting like a real prosecutor, I'm going to see to it you're so embarrassed in public that you'll be afraid to step out your front door. You can take my word of honor on that.
Well, goodness gracious sakes alive. I didn't know you were so civic-minded.
Don't get cute with me, Keith. Just remember what I said.
Now I know what people on safari feel like when they're charged by a rogue elephant.
I can almost see what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
That you hate me.
No. I'm thinking that almost all of this is my fault.
No, that's not true.
Oh, yes, it is. You know, when I was a little boy, I always dreamed about growing up and making somebody a good husband.
Because my daddy was such a good husband to my mommy. Now that I'm married, you know, I feel like a complete failure.
No. You're not. You had nothing to do with this. I got myself into this, and I'm going to have to suffer the consequences.
I wish you'd have told me what was going on.
I tried.
Yeah. I knew you were unhappy.
Did you think it was just general unhappiness?
I guess I didn't realize how deep it went.
I could hardly tell you. You were the problem. How could you solve it?
I don't know. But I want to try. You are my wife. I'm gonna stand beside you sometime.
Machines that operate better than humans. Take a glimpse into the future tonight on NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
And later join the winning teams, the A-Team and Hunter, followed by 1986.